Hi, welcome to our side bending yoga practice. Today's class is going to focus on elongating and expanding the sides of our body. This will help with posture, circulation, as well as deeper breathing capacity. Speaking of breathing, let's settle in with a few deep breaths. Just find a comfortable seat, rest your hands on your knees, close your eyes. And let's begin. Take a deep breath in. Feel the sides of your rib cage expand as you breathe in. And then breathe out. Exhale. Feel the contraction. Inhale. Breathing in. And exhale. Breathing out. One more time, full breath in and full breath out. Feel yourself arriving here on your mat, setting aside everything else in your day or evening to be fully present for the next 20 minutes. This is time just for you. Let's float our eyes open now and walk the left hand out to the side of your body. On an inhale, sweep the right arm up and overhead. Our first little side body stretch here has us rooting both sit bones into the mat. As you take a breath or two, you might find that you can walk that left hand a little farther away from you. Take a moment to breathe into the right side body. If you're like me, you might find a lot of tightness and constriction there. So we just notice what we notice. And then from there we can make some improvements. Let's come back through center and we'll just change sides. So right hand rests on your mat and left arm sweeps up and overhead. Take a breath or two here. Maybe finding the space to move deeper as you exhale. If you have a lot of flexibility in the side bodies, you might be able to drop that right elbow down to the mat. But it's our first stretch, so we're not pushing to any crazy edge. We're just taking note of how we're arriving on the mat. Noticing the sides of our body. We do lots of stretches for the back body and the front body, but not so much on the side body in yoga. So today we're going to turn the trend. All right, let's come back to center, lower the hands through your heart. And then we're going to just open up the legs into a wide straddle. So we're not focused so much on the legs here. This is just to get some circulation flowing. So just move until you're comfortable. You feel a little sensation in the inner thighs. And then you can begin to rock side to side, just feeling the sides of your waist. Moving a bit deeper each time. And the next time you come over to your left, I want you to stay there and sweep the right arm overhead again. So similar to our seated pose, only this time we've been here once. Maybe you can walk a little bit deeper into that left hand. Perhaps the left elbow would like to magnetize toward the earth. Just stay here and breathe. Relax the head, relax the neck. And then let's sweep that right hand down. Place one hand on each side of the foot and then just walk yourself through the center. We'll take a moment here to just recalibrate at our center, folding forward, flex your feet. Keep your spine straight and think of lengthening out through the crown of your head while pushing the tailbone toward the wall behind you. So rather than thinking of the heart moving toward the earth, think of crown of the head forward, tailbone backward. And then let's walk ourselves back up we'll come into our second side. So this time, right hand walks out to the side of your body. Try to keep the right fingertips in line with your hip bone, and then sweep the left arm up and overhead. Keep the neck soft, so no need to gaze up here. Just let the head be light. We're really putting our awareness into that left side body. So on each inhalation, feel the space between the ribs elongate and expand. And with each contraction, see if you can move just a centimeter deeper into this pose. And then we'll sweep the left hand down, walk yourself back through the center. And one more time, we'll take a forward fold here. I love repeating poses in a practice. I always find that the second time I can move just a little bit deeper. You can create a little shelf with your forearms if you'd like, or if you have a block close by, feel free to place that under your head. We're just here for a couple of breaths. Think of expanding equally through the sides of both the right and left rib cage. And then we'll walk ourselves back up, bend the knees, and let's come on to the hands and the knees. Wiggle around a little bit, shift side to side, and then let's look over the right shoulder, shift the left hip to the left, and then switch sides, gaze over the left shoulder. You want to do this until you can feel the stretch in your side body. So we'll repeat it, gazing to the right and gazing to the left. One more time, gaze right and through the center, gaze left, opening up the sides. Come back through the center. We'll extend the legs behind us and lower ourselves all the way down onto the mat. And from here, let's roll onto the left side, almost like you're at the beach. You're just propping yourself up on your elbow. And then if that's not quite enough stretch, you can come onto the left hand. The closer you walk the left hand to the center line of the body, the greater the stretch will be in the side of your waist. So you find where it's appropriate for you. Just pause and breathe. You can relax the neck. Just think of surrendering into that side body. And then we'll come down onto both of our elbows and just simply change sides. This time, right arm is your foundation on the earth. So you want to make sure that the hip bones are stacked on top of each other, that you're not rolling forward or backward. And then from there, you can come onto that right palm if that's appropriate for your body. If not, just simply stay on the right elbow. Remember to relax your head. Let the neck be really loose. I think of just surrendering into the right side of your body. And from here, let's come back onto both elbows, belly on the earth. Palms will come underneath the shoulders, and let's press up into an upward facing dog. And then onto the knees, into a child's pose. Just stretch out your back. And then downward facing dog is where we will all meet. It's our first one, so take a moment to bend one knee and then the other. Think of sit bones rising to the sky, heart dropping toward the earth, heels dropping toward the earth, Head again is nice and loose here, so no tension in the neck. Let's step forward to the top of the mat. On an inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees softly, roll yourself up to standing. Shrug the shoulders back as you rise up. From here, we're going to come into a tree pose with an optional side body opening. So we'll use the left foot as our foundation on the earth. Right foot will press into the inside of the left inner thigh. Arms extend up. Let's keep the hands open in a V shape, opening up through the sides of the body. Think of getting nice and long through the waist. And then we'll drop the right wrist down to the right knee. Take the left arm up and over for a side stretch. Think of sliding the right wrist down toward the knee, maybe even past the knee. Give yourself full permission to fall out of this pose. And if that happens, just come right back into it. Maybe each exhale can take you a bit deeper. And then we'll meet back at our center. Lower the hands through the heart and lower the right foot. Let's sweep the arms overhead, interlace the fingers except for the pointer finger, and we'll side bend over to the right. Keep both sides of the waist nice and long as we come through center and just change sides. Bend over to the left. You might feel like you're an inch or two taller after this class. Really working on expanding through the sides of the body. Let's lower the hands and come into our second tree variation here. This time, right leg is your foundation on the earth, left foot to the inner thigh. Hands will reach up and overhead. Find your drishti, your focal point. Fix your eyes on something that's not moving. Option to stay right here, or if you're ready to play, we can begin to make our way into the side body variation by dropping the left wrist down to the left knee and sweeping the right arm up and overhead. Think of sliding the left wrist down the knee. And like I said, if you fall out, I just fell out, just bring yourself right back in. Take a big breath here. And then let's come back through the center line, release the hands over to the right. And then through the center, hands reach over to the left. Come back through center. One more time. Arms reach over to the right, maybe bending just an inch deeper this time. Come back to center, side bend to the left, and then back through center. Release the hands. Bring your palms to your heart space. On an inhale, arms reach up and overhead. As you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your palms. Step the right and the left foot back, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your right foot to the sky. As you exhale, step that foot between your hands, spin the left foot flat, and without rising all the way up, we'll just come into our extended side angle. So left arm up and overhead, right fingertips barely touching the floor. And if you'd like to take a little bind here, feel free to reach the hands toward one another. If they can touch one another, you can interlace the fingers. And if you're able to take that bind variation, I want you to think of pulling the shoulders back, opening through the chest. And from here, keep the legs as they are. Just sweep the right arm up and overhead. Pause to take a full breath in our reverse warrior. And then back through warrior two, straighten the front leg. We'll come into triangle pose. Front arm reaches as far as it can. And now in this pose, I want you to think of lengthening both sides of the waist, not just one side, but equally lengthening through the right and left side bodies. We'll keep the legs and reverse that triangle by sweeping the right arm up and overhead, and then lower both hands down to the earth. Move through a chaturanga flow if you're taking that today, and if not, you can simply step back to downward facing dog. Take a big breath in and let it go. Inhale, left foot to the sky. Exhale, step the left foot forward, spin your right foot flat, and we'll just open up into our extended side angle. Little to no weight in that bottom hand, just there for stability. If you'd like to take your bind, feel free to do that. If you do clasp the hands, use the leverage to open through the front of the chest, through the heart, through the shoulders. And then we'll come back into our extended side angle. Keep the legs as you reverse the warrior. Pause and breathe. Feel that you're creating space in the side body. Come into warrior two and straighten the front leg. We'll move into our triangle pose from here. Left arm reaching to the earth, right arm reaching to the sky. Equal energies in both hands, so same amount of energy reaching toward the earth and pulling up to the sky. On an inhale, reverse the triangle, left arm up and overhead. And then we'll release both hands to the earth. Step back, take a flow, or simply meet me in downward facing dog. Inhale, lifts the right heel up toward the sky. On an exhale, plant the right foot between your palms, flatten the back edge of your left foot onto the mat, and then place the left hand to the outside of the right ankle. On an inhale, sweep the right arm up to the sky. So this can be a very tricky pose if you're tight in the shoulders, but I want you to think of pulling the right shoulder back so that it rests directly on top of that left shoulder. And then we'll lower the right hand down. Step the right foot back, flow through your chaturanga into downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale to step it forward. Flatten the back edge of that right foot. Place the right hand to the outside ankle, left ankle, and then left hand sweeps up high. Imagine stacking the shoulders. Left shoulder directly on top of right shoulder, which probably means you're going to need to pull that left shoulder back and open. You can gaze up to your top hand. And then lower the left hand, one hand on each side of the foot. Step back, lower through chaturanga, shoulders and elbows in line. Inhale and exhale. We'll meet in downward dog. Let's gaze forward, come into a plank pose. And we'll spin open into a side plank. Left hand is the foundation. Right arm up and over for a big full side body stretch. And then lower the right hand. Let's change sides. Spinning on to the right edge of your foot. Left arm up and overhead. Big stretch from the left ankle all the way out through the left fingertips. Lower that left hand. Float through chaturanga. Elbows hug into your sides. And back to downward facing dog as you breathe out. Let's lower down to the knees and spin around onto the sit bones. Coming into a cross-legged position. Just sit in a comfortable seat. And let's sweep the arms overhead. Lower the right hand down to the earth. And I want you to take those fingers so they're facing in towards your body. Place those under your right sit bone and just sit on the right hand, palm to the earth. And then reach the left arm up and over. And then just gently encourage the left ear toward the left shoulder. Just a gentle pressure on the neck. And if you'd like, you can drop the chin down to the chest as you release the right hand. And then head comes back to center. Inhale, arms reach overhead. This time, left hand reaches down, fingertips face in towards the midline of the body. Palm is still facing down. Just go ahead and place that left hand under your sit bone. Right arm reaches up and pulls the head softly over to the right shoulder. And then let's release the hand, chin to chest. We'll take a few neck rolls here, rolling the head in one direction and then the other direction. And then draw the head back to center. Let's go ahead and make our way all the way down onto our back. Hug the knees into the chest. Gently rock side to side. Extend the arms out like a T. Drop the knees over to the right as you gaze to the left. And the knees come through center and drop over to the left. You gaze to the right. Inhale through the center. One more time on each side. Knees drop to the right. And then knees drop over to the left. Inhale through the center. Hug your knees in, and then we'll clasp the insides or outsides of the feet for a happy baby. Maybe straightening one leg and then the other. Perhaps both legs would like to straighten here. Tailbone magnetizes to the earth. And we'll drop the feet to the earth. Extend the legs. Open the arms at your sides. Coming into our Shavasana, a well-deserved rest time. This is the ultimate in self-care. Give yourself permission to be here. It's just a minute or two for you to be fully present in your body with no demands or responsibilities. Be fully alive, conscious, aware, and yet at the same time, so relaxed. Just enjoy this space. On your next inhale, reintroduce a deeper breath. And as you're ready, you can bend your knees, roll over to your right side, pause. And as you're ready, you can gently draw yourself up into a seat. Keep your eyes closed. Pull the hands into your heart space. And then we'll sweep the arms overhead. One final breath together. Lower the hands to your heart. May you breathe more fully and be more present this day. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.